Hello everyone. So the today's topic is basic approach to risk and return from the module first. Okay. So here we can understand the risk. What is the meaning of risk? So risk can be defined as a threat or probability that an action or event will adversely or beneficially affect an organization's ability to achieve its objective. Okay, so generally there is no any dictionary meaning of risk. Okay, uh, risk is the possibility of loss or injury and the degree of probability of such loss. Okay, it is a condition in which there exists a possibility of deviation from a desired outcome that is expected or hoped for. Okay, risk refers to uncertainty that surrounds future events and your outcomes. So risk is unavoidable and present in virtually every human situation. Okay, it is present in our daily lives, public and private sector organization. So this is generally the meaning of risk. So let us talk about the types of risk. Generally, there are two types of risk, that is systematic risk and unsystematic risk. Okay, so talking about systematic risk, risk is also referred as controllable risk. Okay, systematic risk is also referred as controllable risk. In the next slide we see also known as control level or non-diversifiable risk. So it is associated with the securities market as well as economic, sociological, political and legal considerations of the prices of all securities in the economy. So for example, during a boom period, prices of all securities will rise and indicate the economy is moving towards prosperity. So this is systematic risk. Okay, so let us talk about the components of systematic risk. So basically there are three components of systematic risk, that is interest rate risk, market risk and inflation risk. So what is interest rate risk? So in interest rate risk, the variability in securities return resulting from change in the level of interest rates is referred to as interest rate risk. Such changes generally affect securities inversely to interest rate, and interest rate risk affect bonds more directly than common stocks. Okay, so this is interest rate risk. Next, market risk. So in market risk, the variability in returns resulting from fluctuations in the overall market, that is the aggregate stock market, is referred to as market risk. So all securities are exposed to market risk, although it affects primarily common stock. Okay, so market risk includes a wide range of factors extraneous to securities themselves, including recessions, war, structural change in the economy and changes in consumer preference. Okay, so this is market risk. And the next one is inflation risk. So basically a factor affecting all securities is purchasing power risk. Inflation risk basically is also called purchasing power risk, or the change that the purchasing power of invested dollar will decline. Okay, this risk is related to interest rate risk, since interest rates are generally rise as inflation increase, because lenders demand additional inflation premiums to compensate for the loss of purchasing power. Okay, so these are the three basic components of systematic risk. Let's talk about unsystematic risk. So what is unsystematic risk? So basically it is also called diversifiable risk, the risk which is diversified. Okay, uh, this type of risk could include dramatic events like strike, a natural disaster like fire or something, like slumping in sales. Slumping generally means fall down. Okay, so two common sources of unsystematic risk are business risk and financial risk. We talk about in components of systematic risk. is market risk and inflation risk, okay, and interest rate risk. So in unsystematic risk there are basically two components. The first one is business risk and second one is financial risk. So what is business risk? Business risk arises risk when a company's commercial activities and operation are less successful than in the past or than expected. Okay, for example, sales turnover might fall because a competitors undercuts a company's prices or introduces a rival product. So this is business risk. Okay, and what is financial risk? It is a risk that financial conditions could be either less favorable than expected or could change, causing the business position to deteriorate. Financial conditions relate to money and debts, such as the cost of borrowing, yield from investment, the availability of money to borrow, and customer bad debts. Okay, so this is a financial risk. Now talking about the equilibrium in financial market. Where is that particular point in financial market where demand is equal to supply? Let us talk about what is equilibrium in financial market. Okay, so the equilibrium in financial market is usually determined by assuming that there would be a perfect competition and by using the well-known tool of demand and supply. In economics, we studied the tool of demand and supply, the market structure, etc. and etc. So financial markets are said to be perfect when large number of savers and investors in markets. The saver and investors are rational. All operators in market are well informed and information is freely available to all of them. There are no transaction costs cost of brokers, commissions, etc. And financial assets are infinitely divisible, and the participants in market have homogeneous expectations, and there are no taxes. So in equilibrium point, we can say that this equilibrium point diagram, that there is two curve, that is demand and supply, and where it intersect between the q point are is called equilibrium point. It can stated that equilibrium in financial market is established when the expected demand for funds or credit for short term and long term investments matches with the planned supply of funds generated out of saving and credit creation. Okay, so this is where we got our equilibrium point in financial market. Thank you.